Aloha, my name is Sarah Hunt, and I will be the host of the show called Better Government. Better Government is a series that is focused on improving the quality of life through better government practices. Joining us today, we have Representative Jean Ward, Representative Kymberly Pine, Representative Corinne Ching, and Representative Lynn Finnegan. Representatives, thank you for taking the time and joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, I would just like to first thank you for all of your help at the Hawaii State Capitol, without which we would not have a checks and balance system at the Hawaii State Capitol. We have a 90% Democrat majority right now, so it's really crucial that we have them there to have some accountability for our majority members. So thank you so much. You guys have been holding down the fort, doing a terrific job, and letting our voices be heard. So thank you so much, and thanks for joining us.
Great. Thank you. It's great being here.
Well, thank you.
It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
It is the quality.
The 6 of us take on the other 45, and Sam Sloan and Fred Hemmings take on the other 23 in the Senate. So we're holding our own. Thank you.
Yes,
We're
you
actually
are.
having a blast. And it seems like this year the people of Hawaii are really starting to listen and to what we have to say, because we're really speaking for them.
Well, let's get right into it and discuss what's going on in the Finance Committee. There's a lot of things going on, especially with the budget being so tight. Representatives Ward and Representative Kymberly Pine, can you explain some of the bills that are being drafted, not drafted, but some of the bills that are passing right now, and how that would affect our quality of life?
Well, it really comes down to different philosophies, and Jean's going to go into more detail for us, but really it's the majority's philosophy is that we just need to increase taxes, and that's the solution to everything. But that's going to hurt our economy even more in the long run. You know, we've done studies and we've passed it out to all the Finance Committee's members that when you raise, all the states that had raised taxes during poor economic times, they actually caused a more of an economic downfall for them in the future. And all of those states that cut taxes or didn't raise taxes did much better than those states. And so, Jean, you want to go into some of the bills, or many of the many tax
I'll get it down
bills?
into the weeds, and I don't want to bore people, but basically raising taxes is the easiest thing that we could do as legislators. Oh, we're short of money? Okay, let's do it. What we're trying to do is follow what basically the governor has set out, with no new taxes and no warm body cuts. That means we have to have some sacrifice. Specifically $275 million out of all of our pay cuts. All of you ready to go back 5% or whatever the equal amount of pain is going to be?
Oh, certainly.
Including you, Madam Host?
Certainly.
Absolutely.
And that is a way that we can balance the budget. Rather than put it on the people of Hawaii, we're going to basically start with ourselves. Sarah, 70% of all of our budget is payroll tax, payroll, human labor, human resources. 70% of every dollar that we pay in the state budget is to keep people employed. Now, what we've got are a myriad of tax increases, the biggest one of which is the 1% increase in the GET tax. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited about that after the increase to pay for the mass transit. We've got also which I think is a takeaway, it's an increase in the TAT tax for the counties. For the tourist industry, which then we are going to wrap up all of the county distribution of that tax and keep it ourselves. If we have friends on the neighbor island, they are going to be hurting more than us, because we're going to take away their portion of the TE tax, which is about $100 million. Other good things that we have coming up, we have, for those who are business people out there, we're going to repeal all your tax credits. Now, I'm not convinced that we're actually going to follow through with this. It's probably a shot across the bow, but you know, sometimes you never know in this legislature that they're really serious. They wouldn't do something that stupid, and they may end up doing it. So repealing all of the tax credits. There's another small SB 111, increases the rate of the transient accommodation tax in July 1. HB 39 adds $5 surcharge to fees charged by the state agencies, which means it's going to be more costly to do business with your government. We also have a fee increase to do business with any of the agencies. They are now able to set their own fees. That's HB 1728. My point is that the government is scrambling. Rather than look in their own pockets and shift and get efficiency, we've been looking the knee-jerk tax increase, and that's not the way to go. We want to keep, as Representative Pine said, during these hard times, we want people to keep the money in their pocket so they can keep food on the table, they can keep the kids in school and things as normal as possible. We want to keep as many businesses going. We don't want to put more pressure on the businesses so they have to lay people off. Because ultimately, these are times when it's all about jobs. You lose your job, you may lose your house. You lose your house, and then the whole thing kind of tumbles increasingly to the ground. So tax increases, this caucus is adamantly opposed to, and we will not see it until the end of the session, May 7. But my sense is that ultimately, we're probably all going to turn around and self-sacrifice to make this deficit. And if we don't, the governor's probably going to cut 2,800 jobs to come up with that $275 million.